I hope you'll forgive all the noise in the background, but the chickens are being fed right now, so they're making a lot of noise. I wanted to show you this because this is the small hammer mill that we use to pulverize coconut husks like this and into something that looks like this. And then we can use this as a mulch for covering the ground and suppressing weed growth and conserving water during the dry period. I know you would probably say, dry period in the tropics? Why? Why do you have it? But we do. We have a wet season and a dry season. And during the dry season, it doesn't rain at all for 4 or 5 months. So we have to conserve as much water as we possibly can through lots of different techniques, including drip irrigation that I have imposed here on the farm. But to do this mulch, we can take coconut husks like that, send them through this hammer mill, this small shredder hammer mill, and then we can make this out of this coconut husk and recycle it, or we can send this through a second time and finally pulverize it and make it into a dust almost. It's a coconut coir. That's what we're ending up with, is a coir compound. But when it's like this, we can put it on top of the soil to conserve moisture, much like we'd use wood chips or rock or plastic. But this is much more environmentally, supports the environment because we produce so many of these coconuts. We can use this everywhere on it. The nice thing about good and bad of coconut coir is it decomposes very, very slowly. So it sticks around a long period of time. But that's also good and it's also bad because we want it to decompose. We want those nutrients that are tied up in the coir to be released to other plants so it can be used. That's the purposes of the leaves on the ground and leaving them here. The sidewalks are swept clean, but the leaves are left behind. You can see the leaves out there, and they're all going to be decomposing whenever the soil is wet so that it releases nutrients back into the soil. We could, if we had the time and the resources, to put gasoline in this shredder, this hammer mill, and at least partially decompose, shred up some of those leaves so it'll speed up their decomposition. But this coconut coir is very stable and will last a long time. The negative about this, it's very consistent in its color. So if you drop anything on it, it becomes pretty obvious. But here it's around bananas, and this was a plant that I had cut back and it's now suckering again after water was applied to it.